God looked upon creation and saw violence, chaos, and mean-spirited self-centeredness engulfing every heart. There was neither kindness nor justice in the world. Empathy had ceased. Fear and hatred had replaced peace and love. The eternal God mourned and recalled how great was the effort to create the heavens and the earth, giving life to the growing things, design and fashioning the birds, sea creatures, and animals in all their variety, shape, color, function, and form. The Creator hesitated, thinking how great a tragedy to destroy all which God had made with God's own hands and then called good. Is there not one human on earth, different from the rest, who fathoms me, who hasn't been consumed by the evil that has brought darkness to my creation? In the blink of a divine eye, God peered into every human soul, seeking that one who, even if not a complete tzaddik, even if not completely righteous, might be able to hear the divine call and save what could be saved. God found Noah and instructed him to build an ark to save his family and two of every creature, that all might not be lost and the world might begin anew. And as God contemplated the devastation to come, divine tears fell heavily to the earth in a torrential downpour that lasted 40 days and 40 nights. When finally God's tears had run dry, the waters receded, dry land appeared, and the ark found land once again. The eternal God spoke to Noah. I am God, Noah. The world is once again new. There's no longer rage or hatred, nor violence in the human heart. I will make with you a covenant marked by a sign that will remind us both how I created the world in peace, and that it should be a place of peace for all time. And the sign of this covenant will be the radiant smile stretching across the heavens and filling the sky, an arc of light shining through the floodwaters, inspiring love and awe. This promise, Noah, shall be called a rainbow, and this bow in the sky will remind you and me and the generations yet to come that we must never again bring such devastation upon the earth. Your duty, and the duty of your children and your children's children, must be to protect my creation, to preserve and to nurture it, for there will come no one after you to set it right if you destroy it. God bent towards the earth and stretched the divine arm across the sky, painting an ark. Where God's hands had been, appeared a sheltering bow of every color spread across the blue canvas of the sky. There are stories upon stories surrounding this central story of this week's Torah portion, Noah, which tells the tale of Noah's Ark. This tale of darkness and destruction, redemption, and the rainbow's promise of a new covenant between God and all humanity in the building of a better day has inspired generations of tellings and retellings, commentary, creative midrash, legends, and lore, more than its share of children's stories, from Golden Book Bible tales to Isaac Bashevis Singer's classic telling of the ancient midrash called Why Noah Chose the Dove. I've often wondered about the enduring attraction of this ancient tale of darkness and destruction and despair, particularly in the shining eyes of children who have always assumed simply look past that apocalyptic aspect of this flood story towards a wide-eyed wonder of the many animals carried together within a tiny ark upon the waves, the dove of peace flying forth to set a foothold as the waters recede, and the rainbow's shining promise which is left at the end of the endless rain. There are plenty of stories about why God chose Noah, how the animals were chosen to join on Noah's Ark, and why Noah chose the dove to send forth in search of dry land. But there are precious few legends or commentaries upon why God chose the rainbow as the symbol of our partnership with God, ensuring together the world will never be destroyed again. And though I get that a symbol in the sky serves as a well-placed reminder to hold back the rains, why not the clouds, or the thunder, or the lightning, or the dove as it flies across the sky? Why did God choose the rainbow of all things to remind us of our covenant to protect and preserve all life upon this earth? The answer, I believe, may be hinted at in the Torah, as God reflects upon the image of the rainbow just briefly in a single verse. It says, "When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures, all life upon the earth." From this hint, there's a midrash attributed to Rabbi Hillel. When asked, why does the rainbow symbolize unity and a flourishing world of peace, Rabbi Hillel answered that the rainbow is an appropriate symbol of peace because it's made of many different colors. And when you look upon it, it's impossible to distinguish one color from the next. One color fades into the other. Despite its many hues, the rainbow remains one thing entire. The rainbow reminds us that even though no two human beings are alike, even though we have different skin colors and physical characteristics, different genders, different identities, different backgrounds, and different faiths, we are all part of one human family, all children of the one God who created us all. Like the colors of the rainbow, we are all different, and yet we are all God's children, and so we are one. That's our Devar Torah for this evening on this Shabbat. As the fall rains fall now upon us, watch well for the rainbows, and know that God placed those shimmering colors in the sky to remind us all that God has a covenant with all humanity, and our part in that covenant is to be partners with God in the creation of a world of peace. Shabbat Shalom.